Thank you. Please, let's take our seats. Let us be seated as we are about to commence officially this program. Let us be seated, please. Please, if you do not have any specific function, kindly find a place to sit. We do not want anybody to block the view of His Excellency and the special guest of honor. We want them to have a clear view of the river body that is right in front of them. Kindly, please, either find a place to sit or you go behind the podium, the grandstand, please. To start now, we shall begin with a word of prayer. And I'd like to invite the Honorable Commissioner for Religious Affairs, Borno State, to kindly come forward to deliver the opening Fatiha. Honorable Commissioner, Religious Affairs, Honorable Babagana Malarima.
صلى الله عليه الكريم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Member National Institute, Fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, Fellow Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, Fellow Nigerian Society for Peace Studies and Practice. The special guest of honor, an Honorable Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Engineer Professor Joseph Telumu Nusev, Fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, FNIWE. The Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, CON, His Royal Highness Ishewu of Borno, Alhaji Dr. Abubakar Ibi Umar Garbe Alamin El Kanemi, CFR, Fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, Distinguished Senator representing Borno Central at the Senate of the Federal Republic, Distinguished Senator Kakashewu Lawan, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Distinguished Senator chairing the Senate Committee on Water Resources, Distinguished Senator Abdullah Yari, who is not Abdulaziz Yari, who is unavoidably absent but being very ably represented. The Chairman of the House Committee on Water Resources, Honorable Sada Soli, other members of the House of Representatives that are here present, Your Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Borno State, Ali Abubakar Jato, the Consul of Chad Republic, Biso Yusuf Umbolu, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Borno State House of Assembly, being very ably represented here this morning by the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Abdullahi Musa Askira, the APC State Chairman, Right Honorable Bello Ayuba, principal officers and other members of the Borno State House of Assembly, the Secretary to the Borno State Government, Honorable Buka Tijani, the Federal Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Water, Resources and Sanitation, Mr. Richard Pilangwa, the Head of Service Designate, Dr. Mohamed Aminu Guluze, the Deputy Chief of Staff to His Excellency the Executive Governor, Dr. Babagana Malumbe, Honorable Commissioner of Water Resources, Engineer Tijani Alkali Goni, other Honorable Commissioners and members of the Borno State Executive Council, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Maiduguri, Professor Mohamed Laminu Mele, security commanders that are here present this morning, members of the Borno Elders Forum, special advisors, senior technical assistants, senior special assistants and special assistants to His Excellency, the Executive Governor, the Managing Director of the Northeast Development Commission, represented here this morning by the General Manager of Operations, Engineer Ali Abubakar M., the Managing Director of the Chad Basin Authority, also ably represented, permanent secretaries, chairmen of commissions, and chief executives of boards and parastatals. The chairman of Jere local government area, Honorable Ina Galadima, who is the host of Alau, where this dam is built, other local government area chairmen here, particularly that of Konduga, Maiduguri Metropolitan Council, permanent secretaries, chairmen of commissions and chief executives of board and parastatals, the Director of Technical Operation, Influence International, Engineer Solomon Dakri, the Director of Dams and Reservoir Operations, Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, Engineer Ali Ibrahim Dalla, Director of River Basin Operations and Inspectorate, Engineer Christy Odu, and other staff of the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, between 1984 and 1986, the federal government of Nigeria, realizing the growing population of Maiduguri and its environs, and the need to solve the problems of water for both human consumption and irrigation purposes, built the Alau Dam, which was commissioned in 1986. That dam, the premises of where we are right now, was actually built as a reservoir of River Angada. And it was expected that the dam will provide water for domestic use and irrigation purposes. However, on Monday, the 10th of September 2024, the Alau Dam broke its embankments, causing a devastating flood to the city of Maiduguri and environs, affecting about 1 million people. Many lives were lost. Livelihood of the people were either submerged or totally destroyed. The census on the number of houses that were destroyed, I believe, is still coming in. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the devastation of the flood was something that was heard not only across Nigeria, but the world over. And our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a responsible leader, identified with the plight of the people of Maiduguri and its environs. And because of that, Mr. President approved that the Alau Dam should be rebuilt, reconstructed, bigger and better to continue to serve the needs of the people of the state. Today, Your Excellency, the special guest of honor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, We are here to see the official groundbreaking ceremony to commence and to flag off the reconstruction of the Alau Dam. Today is indeed a memorable day for the people, not only of Alau, not only of Maiduguri and environs, but to the entire Borno State. Having said that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask us to give a round of applause to Mr. President for this fantastic intervention. Thank you. It is now my privilege to invite the Honorable Commissioner of Water Resources, Borno State, Engineer Tijani Kaligoni, to kindly come forward to deliver the welcome address. Engineer Tijani Goni Alkali is himself a water engineer, and he is charged with the responsibility of managing the water resources of Borno State.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Engineer Professor Babagana Umar Azlam, MNI, CON, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers. Your Highness, Bishop of Borno, the Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation, Honorable Joseph Tahime, Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Food Security, Alhaji Abubakar Kyari, distinguished Senator representing Borno Central, Senator Kakashi Ulawan, SAN, members of National Assembly here present, all protocol duly observed. Your Excellency, welcome to this momentous occasion, the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of Alau Dam, Maiduguri, Borno State. Today marks the significant milestone in our shared commitment to revitalizing our state, enhancing our infrastructure, ensuring sustainable development for generations to come. As we gathered here, we are not only merely celebrating the initiation of construction projects, we are celebrating hope, resilience, promise of renewal. The Alau Dam has long been cornerstone of our ecosystem and sources of livelihood, providing essential water resources for agriculture, drinking, and supporting our local community, our local economy. Its recent collapse in September 2024 has been a profound challenge for Borno State and the entire nation, impacting our livelihoods and very fabric of our communities. However, adversity we find ourselves in our adversity we find our greatest strength. Today we stand united, ready to embark on a journey of reconstruction and transformation. This project is not just about building a dam. It is about rebuilding trust, restoring peace, restoring hope, and creating a more sustainable future for our community. I would like to acknowledge the tireless effort of all those who have contributed to bringing us to this pivotal day. I extend my deepest and profound gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, His Excellency, environmental specialists, and others who work collaboratively to develop a comprehensive and innovative plan for the dam's construction. Your dedication, foresight have paved the way for this project, and I commend you for your unwavering commitment to our state welfare. As we turn the first shovel of soil, we also turn a new chapter in the history of Borno State Alau Dam. This project would not only restore our vital water supply and irrigation, but also incorporate modern safety measures and sustainable technologies to ensure its durability and sufficiency in the face of future challenge. Furthermore, we are laying the groundwork not just for a structure, but for economic growth, job creation, and environmental stewardship. As we embark on this journey, let us remember that the road ahead may present challenges. However, I have every confidence that together we conquer any obstacles that may arise. We are a resilient community, and with determination and unity, we emerge stronger than ever. Thank you. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner for Water Resources, Borno State, Engineer Tijani Alkali Goni. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a while ago, I did announce that the chairman of the Senate Committee on Water Resources, distinguished Senator Abubakar Yari, was not with us. It has now, however, been confirmed, Abdulaziz Yari. It has now been confirmed that the distinguished senator is being represented here this morning by the vice chairman of the Senate Committee on Water Resources. It is my pleasure to introduce distinguished Senator Engineer Eze Ken Emeka, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers and the vice chairman of the Senate Committee on Water Resources. You are welcome, distinguished senator. Now it is time to listen to the project highlight. And to do that, we have the Director of Dams and Reservoir Operations, Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation. It is now my pleasure to invite Engineer Ali Ibrahim Dalla, who is the Director of Dams and Reservoir Operations, to take us through the project highlight. Engineer, please.
Thank you, Mr. MC, the Executive Governor of Borno State, the Honorable Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, distinguished dignitaries. Please permit me to start. It gives me great pleasure to stand up before you to present a brief on Alau Dam in Borno State. Alau Dam was constructed by Edok Manzilas Limited from 1984 to 1986. The dam has the following components: 1. Zone earth embankment, 44 meters long, intake tower, inside reservoir, scour pipe, starting water supply, and irrigation. It also has dikes or auxiliary embankments, 3 numbers with 1 number auxiliary speaker. It also has a reservoir capacity of 100 million cubic meters of water. The purpose of the dam. The dam was constructed for the purpose of water supply accounting for universal climate change. Continuous rainfall began towards the end of August in Bama, Tambua, and Goza local government areas. There was also excess flow from Barakadram River, which found their way through Dike 3 into the Alau Reservoir, whose capacity has been depleted due to sediment deposition and has resulted in a rise in reservoir level. The aftermath was that Dike 1, A and B was overtopped, broken, thereby releasing uncontrolled flows of water from the fully impounded reservoir above the design capacity of 112 million cubic meters of water downstream of dam. The Maiduguri and Jere local government that lie parallel and about 10 kilometers downstream of the dam were particularly affected. The flood event took place on 10th September 2024. The scope of work for the reconstruction and upgrade of Alau Dam will therefore comprise the reconstruction of Dikes 1A and B as a single structure to be named Dam 2, with a new auxiliary spillway as well as a new intake structure with a provision of a penstock for water supply, irrigation, hydropower, and desilting. Rehabilitation of Dike 1C, Dike 2, and Dike 3, replacement of the control gas complete with the associated electromechanical components at the main dam, and safety management and training, among others. These form the scope of work, among others. The Alau Dam structure is not affected by the flood disaster. However, integrity tests will be conducted to be fully sure of its state of health. Putting together the various items for the reconstruction and upgrade will restore the full functionality of the project as a multi-purpose dam for the benefits of the people of Borno State and Nigeria at large. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Engineer Ali Ibrahim Dalla, the Director of Dams and Reservoir Operations at the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation. Your Excellency, the special guest of honor, distinguished senators here present, honorable members of the National Assembly, all of the protocols very respectfully observed. We will now listen to the Influence International Limited, who are very much involved with this project. And it is my pleasure now to invite the Director Technical Operation of Influence International Limited, Engineer Solomon Dakri, to kindly come forward to give his remark. Engineer Solomon Dakri, please, for his remark. Engineer Solomon Dakri is the Technical Director of Operations, Influence International Limited.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, the Honorable Minister of Water Resources, the Honorable Minister of Agric, members of the National Assembly here, our Royal Father, the Sheikh of Borno, let me stand on the already established protocols. It is with humility and honor that I stand before you this afternoon to accept this great responsibility that has been bestowed on us as a company to reconstruct Alau Dam. Personally, I am involved with Alau Dam, I think, for the past 30 years, when I was still a student here in University of Maiduguri. We used to come here for various activities. But in September of 2024, my heart bled when I saw the situation of Borno town on television. Your Excellencies, at this point in time that we are involved, mine is to give you assurances that the reconstruction will be done in the latest trend of construction technology that is known around the world. At this point in time, I want to crave the indulgence of the community. Please see us as friends, because we are here to assist. So treat us like a neighbor that just wedge in to help you reconstruct back this big legacy that we all have together. We are very grateful to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are also grateful to the Federal Minister of Water Resources and the Minister particularly for all the efforts that they made to make this day a successful one. We will not disappoint you, but at the same time, like I said earlier, we plead for your understanding. By the grace of God, we will do the construction and finish within the stipulated time and also to the standard that is required. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Borno State. Thank you.
Thank you. Director of Technical Operations, Influence International. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, our special guest of honor here today, honorable ministers, His Royal Highness Ishewu of Borno, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. In September 2024, when the Maiduguri flood disaster took place, a lot of people came into the state to sympathize, to commiserate, to empathize with the good people of Borno State. And a lot of support was given. One of the very first support that we got was from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, by the son of the State Senator Abuja. We had over 100 trucks of assorted grain.
Onto beneficial fruits of Reconstruction program pushed by the Ministry of Resources and Sanitation. This followed the rise of green and popular fruits by President and
Minister of Water Resources and the special guest of honor, Your Royal Majesty, the Show of Borno, members of the National Assembly here present, members of the State House of Assembly and the State Executive Council, Your Excellency, permit me from this point forward to stand on the existing protocol. Your Excellency, just want to make a few remarks, and also before doing that, correct the MC that it wasn't the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, but it was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that directed the Federal Ministry of Agriculture through my humble self to deliver 200 trucks of assorted foodstuff of the victims of the flood. also His Excellency the Vice President when he was the first caller when Mr. President was even out of town, out of the country, on the same unfortunate day that it happened, and paid a courtesy visit to His Excellency and also to His Royal Majesty the Shehu of Borno. That was a day that will be unforgettable in our minds, because that was a day that we saw disaster for both human lives and property. But we're happy today to see the active within a short period of time awarding this huge project to not only rehabilitate, but also to make sure that such unfortunate incidents do not occur. On my own part, as Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, I just want to suggest to my brother to also think of irrigation for agriculture, because I think there's another expanse of land across the road that something can be done through engineering. I'm sure that will be left for His Excellency and your good self as engineers to make sure that we can take advantage of the expanse of land across on the other side of the highway to make irrigation for farming for our citizens in Borno State. We thank the Almighty Allah for this wonderful day, and may Almighty Allah continue to guide His Excellency the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, His Excellency the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima GCON, His Excellency Professor Babangana Umara Zulum, the Executive Governor of Borno State, His Majesty the Shehu of Borno, and all other citizens and well-meaning citizens of Borno State and Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, distinguished Senator Abubakar Kyari.
Yet, not yet. Hello, we still have more. Not yet.
We are continuing with the goodwill messages. My friends, colleagues, cameramen, we still have one or two more things before we go to His Excellency. So you can reposition your cameras. At this point, Your Excellency, I would like to invite the Chairman of the House Committee on Water Resources, Honorable Sada Soli, to kindly come forward to deliver his goodwill message. The Honorable Member, House of Representatives, chairing the House of Representatives Committee on Water Resources, Honorable Sada Soli. Honorable Member, you are welcome. I think you can use this.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, the Ministers of Water Resources and Sanitation, and Agriculture and Food Security, Your Highness, the Shehu of Borno, distinguished Senator Kaka, distinguished Senator Eze, my colleagues, members of the House of Representatives representing Borno State. I'm sincerely happy for this day, especially for Konduga local government, and in particular, the Alau community. Let me extend my gratitude to the federal government, especially the expeditious action of Mr. President in looking at what happened in Borno State, particularly with what happened at Alau Dam, for granting the sum of about 80 billion naira to reconstruct this dam and upgrade this dam. It's a commendable action by Mr. President, and on the part of the National Assembly, and especially the House Committee on Water Resources, which we perform oversight functions on the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation that is in charge of the operations and the maintenance of the dam. Let me guarantee Nigerians, we will ensure value for money. We will ensure value for money. Let me sound it to the contractors. We will not let you do what is not right. We will follow the implementation, the execution of the project to the latter. We will perform adequate oversight functions so that we will get value for money. For the community, the contractors appeal to you to accommodate them and make them part of the community. And for the contractors, you have to be part, you have to make sure you own the community, you own their confidence. Failure to own the confidence of the community, you will have consequences. It's like any other thing around the world that situated in communities understands their psyche, understand their principles and their way of life, accommodate all these things, and I'm sure you'll find them very accommodating. Your Excellency, thank you for this opportunity, and I wish the contractors a good job and a peaceful tenure for executing this job. Thank you.
The chairman of the House Committee on Water Resources. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are still by the side of Alau Dam, this beautiful dam that strides across the local government areas of Jere and Konduga local government. And the unfortunate disaster of the flooding that affected the whole of Maiduguri and its environs. The next goodwill message is now going to come from the chairman of the Senate Committee on Water Resources. The chairman is actually distinguished Senator Abdulaziz Yari, but here this morning he's been very capably represented by distinguished Senator Engineer Eze Ken Emeka, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, who is the vice chairman of the Senate Committee on Water Resources. Distinguished Senator Eze Ken, please.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, my own professional colleague, Professor Babagana Zulu, Fellow of Nigerian Society of Engineers, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Sanitation, and your counterpart, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, the Royal Highness of Shehu of Borno, and my dear brother, distinguished Senator Kaka Lawan Shehu, the SAN of Senate, and my dear colleague, the House Committee Chairman, Sadas. Let me stand on the already existing protocol to thank immensely the President of this country. What happened here last year, September, was a national disaster. It wasn't just for the people of Borno State, and the whole country mourned. And we want to thank him for his quick intervention. It shows that he has the people at heart. He's a president that have a listening ear and consider the yearning of the people he preside over. So I commend him for his quick intervention and to assure the people of Borno State, especially the governor, of the assurance, the commitment of Senate, especially National Assembly, in making sure this project comes to fruition. I'm happy the contractor has committed himself before the work to do a good job here. We will follow the job and ensure the initiative of the president is achieved here to provide a dam that will have a capacity, a dam that will equally have a capacity for expansion and for irrigation project to ensure food security. No wonder the Minister of Agriculture is here. I'm happy, and the people of Borno State can witness that the president is a responsive president. He wants food security and to make sure you make good use of the dam, because I'm quite sure it's going to be completed. Make use of it, ensure that the irrigation program is achieved. And to the Minister of Agriculture, this is not business as usual, because this program is a national project, and everybody in this country mourn when this dam overflow its bank and cause many havoc. And now the solution is here, and the president has provided the intervention. It will not be a case of abandoned project. It will not. I emphasize it. Most of your projects will have some that are up to 80 completion and is left. In your turn, I want you to challenge National Assembly, because we will oversight you to make sure that this particular project is completed within the stipulated time. The contractor, joining my colleague, we are going to oversight this project. We will visit here and ensure what you're doing is in compliance with the details of the engineering drawing and in compliance with the specification given to you. We will oversight you, but I'm happy you assured us that you're going to do a good job. On that note, I want to commend the governor for your warm reception. I think I'm meeting you physically for the first time. Later wonder that you're a colleague of mine, and you gave us warm reception. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and God bless all.
And thank you also, distinguished Senator Engineer Eze Ken Emeka, Fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Vice Chairman of the Senate Committee on Water Resources. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor, Honorable Ministers, members of the National Assembly, Your Eminence, the Shehu of Borno, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in August 2023, when Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced the names and inaugurated the new ministers into his cabinet, Mr. President appointed and swore into office an engineer, an academic, an engineering professor in the name of Professor Engineer Joseph Chelumun Utsef, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Professor Utsef is a professor of water resources engineering, and before he became the Honorable Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, he was a former Commissioner for Water Resources and Environment in Benue State. Before that, he was a former Executive Director Engineering of the Lower Benue River Basin Development Authority. And also before that, the distinguished water resource engineer was the pioneer rector of the Federal Polytechnic Wanune in Benue State. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure and privilege to invite the Honorable Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Engineer Professor Joseph Chelumu Utsef, Fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, FNIC, to kindly come forward to address the gathering. Honorable Minister, sir. Thank you, my brother.
the Executive Governor of Borno State, His Excellency Engineer Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, FNSC, the Senate Chairman, Water Resources and Sanitation, Senator Abdulaziz Yari, here represented by the Vice Chairman, Senator Engineer Eze Emeka Kenneth, FNSC, the Chairman House Committee on Water Resources and Sanitation, Right Honorable Sada Soli, His Royal Majesty, the Shehu of Borno, Alhaji Umaru Garba, my brother, the Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, all senators that are here present, all members of the State Executive Council of Borno State here present, the contractors handling this project, my permanent secretary, Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, Mr. Richard Filanga, all directors and staff of Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, the good of Borno State that have come out in mass to witness this flag, all invited guests, the press, ladies and gentlemen. On the 10th of September 2024, there was a devastating incident of flooding that occurred in Maiduguri and its environment. This unfortunate incident called the attention of Mr. President, His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. He left an official function immediately and flew to Borno State here in Maiduguri to sympathize with the people of Borno and its inhabitants. The Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation alleged him. He also sympathized with the people and observed what happened, the lives that were lost and properties that were damaged. I presented the report to the Federal Executive Council, where Mr. President immediately constituted a committee to assess not only Alau Dam, but all the dams in Nigeria. And I was given that privilege to lead that team. The team did a thorough work and is ongoing. But because of the emergency requirement of the reconstruction of Alau Dam, a report was presented before the Federal Executive Council, where Mr. President graciously approved 80 billion for the reconstruction and expansion of Alau Dam. Alau Dam was constructed between the years of 1984 to 1986 for domestic water supply and irrigation. But unfortunately, due to siltation, the component of irrigation as of now cannot take place. And with the reconstruction of this dam, our aim is not only for the supply of domestic water, flood control, but also to encompass the irrigation component. And that is the reason for which we are here today. It is with profound gratitude and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today to flag up this national project for the reconstruction and upgrade of Alau Dam in Maiduguri, Borno State. The project flagging off today is a testament to the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency moment. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor and the entire people of Borno State, West cannot repeatedly express our deep sympathy. Our hearts still grave over this terrible disaster. We are glad with the southwest and unrelenting efforts of our dear President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR. A high-powered technical committee was constituted to assess critical dams across the country with a view to ascertaining their integrity. The directive came with a marching order to particularly provide a remedial measure that will help address the challenges posed by the incident on the populace and recommend possible preventive measures to guide against similar reoccurrence. We are all witness the commitments of the federal government through the technical committee and all concerned Nigerians who rallied around the state to provide some remedial support to help ameliorate the pains of the victims. Further to that, the technical committee, as part of its assignment, recommend for the reconstruction and upgrade of the Alau Dam, which scope of work is jointly reviewed by both technical committees constituted at the federal government level and Borno State to specifically ensure that the project gets the desired attention and expertise. Permit me to state that the committee's recommendation informs the basics for Mr. President's gracious approval of the sum of 80 billion naira for the comprehensive reconstruction and upgrade of the Alau Dam. I am happy that the desirous intervention granted by the federal government and our collective efforts to this cause has produced enviable results, as witnessed in today's flag-up ceremony. It is an evident fact that The reconstruction and upgrades of Alau Dam will specifically enhance the provision of potable drinking water, support downstream irrigation, boost socio-economic activities, enable flood control, while facilitating other viable socio-economic activities capable of ravaging the populace livelihoods and economic development. The project work is structured into 2 phases over a completion period of 24 months. Phase 1, the phase will be executed between March and September of 2025 to cover the critical interventions to mitigate immediate flood risk. And phase 2 will focus on extensive deseating and structural enhancement to ensure long-term functionality and resilience of the dam, which that will commence from October 2025 till the end of the project period. At this point, I wish to appeal to Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, and the entire people to support the contractor, who will be with you on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria throughout the period of this project. The occasion of today will not be complete without expressing my humble and deep gratitude to our amiable visionary leader, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, for making this event a reality. His Excellence's explicit support and clear directives speaks to the progress already made in the contract award and flagging off of this project today. Let me acknowledge His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, and the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, CON, who are both esteemed indigents of this state, working with Mr. President to advance the Renew Hope agenda. I wish to sincerely extend my heartfelt appreciation to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, my brother, and the entire people of Borno State, the experts from the state, for their unwavering commitment to this cause. To the resilient people of Borno State, your patience and courage through the trying times are quite emulating. You can rest assured that the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation will continue to provide the requisite support towards the project's implementation and other interventions that are within the mandate of the ministry. To the contractors and engineers, we have entrusted you with this monumental task. So it will not be out of place to urge you to uphold the highest standards of quality, safety, and environmental stewardship that will rebuild, restore hope, and security to countless lives within the state. I warmly congratulate all of us as we embark on this journey to rebuild, restore, and renew the hope Mr. President have in the people of Borno State and the entire Nigerians. I can confidently say that the Alau Dam project symbolizes a new chapter of resilience and progress for Borno State and the entire country, Nigeria. God bless the good people and government of Borno State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, Water Resources and Sanitation. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there are two major takeaways from the speech of the Honorable Minister that I'd like to point out. The first takeaway is that this project is not going to be an abandoned one because machineries have been put in motion to ensure that from beginning till the end, this project will witness the light of day. And secondly, which is about the most crucial takeaway, is the fact that Mr. President has already approved the sum of 80 billion naira for this project. I think that deserves a round of applause. Thank you. Having said that, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are now getting close to the highlight of this program. Of course, we know the highlight will be the groundbreaking ceremony. And to perform that highlight is the #1 citizen of Borno State. But before then, permit me to invite the Secretary to the Borno State Government, Honorable Buka Tijani, who will most kindly come forward to invite His Excellency the Executive Governor for his address and the groundbreaking ceremony. The SSG, sir.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. His Excellency Engineer Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, CON, MNI, FNSC, FNIAE, FSPSP, Special Ambassador to the University of Ibadan, the first university in Nigeria, on its 75th anniversary. The Honorable Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Engineer Professor Joseph. The Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, CON. Senator Engineer Eze, representing the Chairman of Senate Committee on Water Resources and Sanitation, distinguished Senator Kakashe Hulawan SAN, Honorable Representative, Honorable Sada Soli, Chairman, House Committee on Water Resources and Sanitation, His Eminence, the Sheikh of Borno, members of the Borno State House of Assembly, represented by the Deputy Speaker and other members, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation, members of the Borno State Executive Council, the Head of Service designate, the Deputy Chief of Staff. I beg to stand on the well laid out protocol earlier on announced. I would say Ramadan Kareem to everybody, and also point out only one aspect of the Alau Dam. His Excellency the Executive Governor, even though the dam is a federal outfit under the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, has considered it as a solely Borno State-owned dam by ensuring that not all the water within the catchment of the dam is lost before our very able, well-caring President of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and our Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, and members of the Federal Executive Council approved the 80 billion for the reconstruction and renovation of the Alau Dam. It is now my singular honor and privilege to invite His Excellency the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum to make his remarks, which is the epic of this event. I also pray that after the construction of this dam, everybody in Borno State in Nigeria will benefit. Your Excellency.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. His Eminence the Shehu of Borno, distinguished Senator Engineer Ize Ken Emeka, Vice Chairman of the Senate Committee on Water Resources and Sanitation, distinguished Senator Kakashawu Lawan, Chairman Special Duties on Senate Committee, Honorable Sada Soli Jibia, Chairman House Committee on Water Resources and Sanitation, His Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Borno State, Alhaji Usman Maman Durkwa, Honorable Usman Zanna, Member House of Representatives representing Magumeri Gubio and Kaga local government areas of Borno State, who is also the Chairman House Committee on NEDC. Honorable Kadir Rahis, Member House of Representatives representing Maiduguri Metropolitan Council. The Minister of Water Resources, my brother, Professor Joseph Utsep, our own the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, the Chairman of our great party, APC in Borno State, Alhaji Bello Ayuba, the Deputy Speaker of the Borno State House of Assembly, Engineer Abdullah Askira, and other members of the State House of Assembly, Secretary to the Borno State Government, Acting Chief of Staff, members of the Borno State Executive Council, special advisors, heads of security agencies that are here, directors and senior government officials of the federal and state government, senior special assistants, chairmen of local government councils, community leaders, members of the press, Assalamu alaikum. Today marks a momentous occasion in the history of Borno State. We gather here at the Alau Dam, a vital artery of our agricultural and economic life, to witness the commencement of its long-awaited restoration and rehabilitation after the 2004 flood disaster. This project signifies not just the repair of a physical structure, but the revitalization of hope and prosperity for our people. The Alau Dam has suffered from lack of regular maintenance for time, exacerbated by the security challenges we have faced. Its diminished capacity has hampered our agricultural production, affected our water supply, and limited the potential for economic growth in our communities. This groundbreaking ceremony is a testament to the federal government's unwavering commitment to rebuilding Borno State, not just in terms of physical infrastructure, but in restoring the livelihoods of dignity and dignity of our citizens. We understand that sustainable development is inextricably linked to the availability of water resources, and the Alau Dam is crucial in this regard. The restoration and rehabilitation of this dam will bring numerous benefits to our people. These are, among others, enhance agricultural productivity along the dams. This project will significantly improve irrigation capacity, enabling our farmers to cultivate more land and increase their yields. This will boost food security, create employment opportunities, and contribute to the overall economic development of the state. Improve water supply. A fully functional Alau Dam will ensure a more reliable and consistent water supply for our communities, supporting domestic and industrial needs. Flood control. The rehabilitated dam will enhance our capacity to manage flood risks, protecting our communities and infrastructure from potential damage. Economic diversification. The dam's restoration will create opportunities for fisheries, tourism, and other economic activities, diversifying our economy and creating new avenues for prosperity. Empowering communities. This project will directly impact the lives of countless individuals and families, empowering them to rebuild their lives and contribute to the development of our state. We want to sincerely extend our sincere appreciation to Mr. President for the financial and material support that we received from the federal government during the flood disaster. Let me also use to commend the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our own Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, the Northeast Development Commission, the subnationals and individuals that have contributed immensely to the government and people of Borno State during the flood disaster. We acknowledge the support of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for approving the repair of the dam within the short time. We are committed to ensuring that this project is executed with the highest standards of transparency and accountability. We will work closely with the contractors, engineers, and community leaders to ensure that the work is completed on time and within the budget. I have listened attentively to the remark that was presented by the Honorable Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation. Also, I was able to understand that the project has two components. One of the components is the rehabilitation of the critical infrastructure of the Alau Dam. And the second component is the desilting. And I was also able to deduce that the first phase of the project will commence immediately, while the second phase, which is desilting, will commence at a later date around October. But I want to appeal to the Honorable Minister, where feasible, to look into the possibility of commencing the two projects concurrently, especially the desilting of some of the critical portions of the waterways because of the importance of desilting to this project. To the people of Borno State, I say, this is your project. This is your future. We are building a Borno State that is resilient, prosperous, and secure. We are building a Borno State that our children and grandchildren will be proud to call home. I want to assure the Honorable Minister and the federal government that, inshallah, Borno State government under my distinguished leadership will provide all the necessary support needed in order to actualize the implementation of this project. Let me use this platform to commend the chairman and members of the Alau Dam Committee established to provide studies into the remote causes of the incidents and to provide interim measures that will stop overflow of water from this dam for a job well done. Let us work together to ensure the success of this vital project. Let us together work to rebuild Borno State. I want to appeal to the members of this community to provide the needed support to the contractors on site. And I also want to appeal to the contractor to look into the possibility of ensuring establishment of proper local content in the implementation of this project. On this note, once again, I want to welcome all of you, and I want to commend my good friend, the Minister of Water Resources, my fellow colleague, Professor Joseph, for the support that he has done to the good people of Borno State by fast-tracking the process of the reconstruction of this dam. Thank you. May the blessings of Allah be with you. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live the government of Borno State. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We will now go to the point where the Honorable Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation will do the flag off. And I'd like to please invite only those at the front row. We do not want a crowd. Please, just others be on your seat. His Excellency and the Honorable Minister will perform the function there and come back immediately to the sitting space. Please, only those in the front seat, please. Please, only those in the front row. Assembly is that is not there, can you please join them? Thank you.
You're still on to the official flag off of reconstruction and upgrade of Alau Dam project by the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation. This is actually happening following the release of 80 billion naira some couple of weeks back by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Inhabitants of Borno, Nigeria, and of course the world in general will not forget 10th September 2024 in a hurry when the Alau Dam collapsed, leading to one of the most horrific floods in Borno's history, resulting to loss of lives and properties worth billions of naira. The reconstruction and upgrade of the Alau Dam by the federal government of Nigeria under President Tinubu's administration is apparently a careful and deliberate attempt towards averting recurrence of floods or related calamities. This program is being transmitted to you live on the largest television network in Africa, the NTA, and of course from Alau Dam this Saturday, the 1st of March 2025, which is equivalent to 1st Ramadan, 1446 after Hijrah. The Alau Dam in Maiduguri was built between 1984 and 1986 to provide water for irrigation and domestic use. It has since its creation been controlling flooding from Gada River. The dam is situated a few kilometers away from Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, 14 kilometers south of Maiduguri to be precise. This intervention will no doubt rekindle the hope of inhabitants of Borno and of course those living around the facility, as a significant number of people rely solely on the dam for fishing and irrigation farming.
The collapse of the dam in September 2024 has indeed pushed away fishes in the reservoir, causing landslides and environmental degradation. Locals have estimated that over 200 individual farmlands were destroyed by floods, significantly impacting the agricultural livelihood of the area. The disaster has also severely disrupted the transportation and logistics businesses as numerous canoes, tricycles and vehicles were swept away.
I want to sincerely thank the Almighty God, thank our miracle leader, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu DCFR, for making possible the people here coming from there. Interview after when the
This is, of course, the climax of this epoch-making event. That's talking about the official flag-off of reconstruction and upgrade of the Alau Dam project, an auspicious occasion that will surely go down in history.
It's not long now. When am I interview experience? Ana kaina fa. You don't give this, you don't give this. Okay, magana wannan. To shi ne ka zance. Wannan ga yana je ka dawo je ka dawo. No long. Mama ga ko ka ko kai. Do shi ka ko ga ta. ba za a yi ba ya yi lungu a yi kana wuce gaban kyamar
The flag of reconstruction and upgrade of the Alau Dam project is being performed right now by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, alongside the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, his counterpart from the Ministry of Agriculture, top government officials from both the state and national level.
Let us rise to welcome back His Excellency the Executive Governor, the Honorable Ministers, distinguished senators and honorable members of the House of Representatives. Thank you. Please let us go back to our seats. Let us go back to our seats. Just a few minutes ago, the Honorable Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation just performed the official flag of this project, ably under the presence of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State. And with this, the project construction date begins. It is now time to take the vote of thanks for this occasion. And I'd like to invite the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation to kindly come forward.
Johnson, salamu alaikum. Kam kusoto isina de mai audiana de kakalgen kanurin mananyen biono. Fulata di sada soli. Anna kaduro mana dijire da kam ga desan ga kya wani protocol call bina lasen. Da ambula ro guluko. Da izoro alaro askrinyana. Nyenga waruwa ambula ya. Amalo kala kliyo awada nasartiyo. Karen daro chiskuno. Martuno chino dano. Aja lana blama ambulaya barandili saram nam kata nyandiro waltu manazin wa idereja chidalo kasare yo chairman jere local government mbei sa awa kondo wa manazin na jere anna kadro da lemara lo duno yo kurunye ndiro ngawalan iskana wadugo kana ala isidia litaria maranta na ala nyandiro gari. So you chira da sarin ama ka chira da sarin tartan da ala isidia weli tare amaranta nyen diro bala langari zoro askrinya ala ndero neleva herracho da ala ndia banaz ala lerre bornoiro neleva cho ala awdo ne ruyana da ala onde walti ruyande kutto ada. Assalamu alaikum.
Shall we now take the vote of thanks from the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation?
Thank you, the MC. The very amiable Executive Governor of Borno State, His Excellency, Professor Babagana Zulum, my very own Honorable Minister, Engineer Professor Joseph Telumu, other distinguished personalities here present, good afternoon. You will all agree with me that all protocols have been heavily established. So you will permit me to just go straight and thank everybody. My job is to thank everyone who has added value to the realization of this event today. I stand here before you today to give thanks to gratitude to Almighty God for making today the flag off of this reconstruction of Alau Dam possible. With deep sense of humility, I stand here also to profoundly thank His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for making this occasion a reality, for the apt response. I wish to also extend my gratitude to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, CON and MNI, for his unwavering support towards cushioning the effect of the flood disaster on victims and attending to the general welfare of your people. You never stop there, but try to discuss with the Federal Minister of Water Resources, and today is the result of that connection you did. My sincere appreciation goes to my own very minister too, Engineer Professor Joseph Telumu Utsev, whose visionary leadership has been instrumental to restoring this critical infrastructure not only to a functional state but upgraded to prevent future reoccurrence of such disasters. We are grateful for your dedication and relentless pursuit at ensuring sustainable water resource management. I'm witness to countless of sleepless nights during this period before now. You never slept one bit and you took it to heart. And today we thank God for what has happened. I must express our gratitude to all the members of the National Assembly from both chambers representing the various constituencies within Borno State, who throughout the challenging period have supported the state immensely. You have truly demonstrated the rationale behind your respective elections in your immediate constituency. We are grateful to the engineers, project consultants, both technical teams from the federal and state government, and other stakeholders who work tirelessly behind and before the scene to ensure the smooth flag off of the project. Your support will undoubtedly guarantee a more resilient and efficient delivery of the Alau Dam project. To our esteemed traditional rulers, led by the Shehu of Borno, community leaders and religious fathers, we are thankful for your support and presence with us today. I will not relent at drawing attention to the overwhelming support we have enjoyed from the press. Okay, from the press, your role at escalating democratic gains is simply amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, the success of this project largely depends on our collective efforts. I pray that this project brings lasting benefits to the people of Borno State and Nigeria at large. Once again, thank you all for gracing this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Richard Pelangwa. Is the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Water, Resources and Sanitation. Your Excellency, Honorable Ministers, distinguished members of the National Assembly, Your Royal Highness the Shehu of Borno, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is how far we are going with this program. But before we depart, immediately after the closing prayers, of course we'll take the national anthem. And after that, there will be a group photograph with His Excellency, the Executive Governor, the Honorable Ministers, and the members of the National Assembly, and the project directors and those concerned. After that, we will take the departure. Having said that, can I once again invite the Honorable Commissioner for Religious Affairs, Honorable Babagana Malarima, to lead us in the closing Fatiha.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتح.
Amen. Shall we rise now as we take the national anthem, Federal Republic of Nigeria? Thank you, everybody. The group photograph.
People of Borno and, of course, Nigeria as a whole will not forget this mind-blowing intervention by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the flag off of Reconstruction and upgrade of the Alau Dam project, a testament of purposeful and pragmatic leadership style, I must say. It is the hope and prayer of the people of Borno that the 10th September horrific flood will not happen ever again in any part of Borno, Nigeria, and of course, the world at large. With this, we've come to the end of the program, which came to you live from Alau Dam in Jire local government area of Borno State. Now, on behalf of the outside broadcast crew, I am Abubakar Musa, inviting you all to enjoy other programs on the Nigerian Television Authority. Ramadan Kareem.